right. Hi, Katrin.
Hi, Cindy.
Oh, tell us where you are today.
Where I am? Oh, I'm in the most amazing, beautiful spot on this planet. I'm in Nepal, and my voice is really bad today. I have a little bit of a cough that I'm trying to get rid of, but it's beautiful here. And in Nepal, in the mountains, in a beautiful little village called Karki Gaun. That's where
Wow.
I am.
How far from Kathmandu is that?
It's about 80 kilometers, and it takes with a local bus, it takes about 5 hours, and then another hour up to the village, which is an extremely treacherous, bumpy road.
Can you show us a bit of that view?
Oh yeah, sure. Hold on, so this is that, so I'm gonna turn around. So these are all kind of like, this is the house I'm staying.
That's beautiful.
And then here, we're going, it's very sunny right now.
Uh-huh.
So there's the road up there, and then here, can you see? It's kind of, now I lose my own sight. Give you a little round.
Perfect. All the way
trip.
around. Well, welcome to the blog. We're doing a blog interview here, and you're there in Nepal. I'm here in San Diego. We're about 12 hours, 45 minutes difference. So it's morning there, it's night here. And tell us a little bit about what you're doing there.
Well, this is kind of like I started this about 2 years ago. Not even 2 years ago. Was it 2 years? Not even 2 years. And, these are my friends here in the village. It's like 7 years ago. I was invited to this village, and I made friends with this particular family, and they just really welcomed me in with such generosity and just so heartwarming. And I basically fell in love with them, and so they were always poor, and but life was going on, but then when the earthquake hit, it was like 95% of all houses got destroyed or heavily damaged. And that was when I was thinking, I gotta do something for these people. But the thing was this, that I'm one person, and to help a whole village is crazy. So I just had to build community around this project. I raised money, and at first I just raised money and sent it there for them to buy food, because they were starving at that time. And then, in that time, it was like everybody was, how it is after disaster, everybody wants to help. So I got $5,000 like very quickly. And then it died down again, and then I realized I need to do something more. And then in January of last year, I started the project. I called it Nepal Empowered. And that's when I with Laxman Tamang, that's
I'm sorry,
his
you did
house.
what? You did what?
I combined forces with my project partner, Laxman Tamang. The house that I showed you, that's his house. I'm staying there right now. And he's an amazing human being, and nothing could be without him. So we joined forces And I just raised money again. We bought a brick making machine. They started making bricks here. We created the first SAM house, and it's not like everything goes really smoothly and all. Nepal, nothing goes smooth, nothing. And the number one factor is you need patience here. It's not like America, where you put your mind on something and then you just do it, and it happens. It works. Here you have so many obstacles to overcome, so many, and it is remarkable how these people deal with obstacles on a daily basis. Nothing goes smooth, and they do it with such grace and always with a smile on their face. So I'm here, and I watch the people, and there's so many smiles, heartfelt smiles. So anyways, we do the brick making. We created this brick factory, and bricks were made, houses were started going up, and then I asked Laxman, what would be the next project? What would be the next thing that we have to focus on? And he says, well, we need a goat farm, because goats in Nepal are really in demand.
What do you do? You buy them and then you...
So basically my purpose here this visit is to visit goat farms and research and learn. So we were visiting this one goat farm, which is like a state-of-the-art farm.
Wow.
These goats are amazing. They are really strong and healthy, and they're interbred with South African goats. So they're great goats, and so we just learn. And we're building right now we're in the planning stage, where we discuss what would be the best way to go about. There are right now we have $8,000. That's all we've got. That's all we raised. And with these $8,000, we need to be very, very smart and use it so wisely that we get the most out of it. So it's a whole plan that we are putting in place, but it is all business oriented, because we realized that just giving families goats will not do the job, because families do not understand how to invest.
I see.
So
there's an education component.
Yes, absolutely. We are learning from the mistakes of other NGOs, of other projects that failed. There were so many NGOs that provided goats for needy families, and they just either, slaughtered the goat or didn't know how to raise the goat. So it failed.
So on this trip that you're doing right now, you're doing all the research. Is the plan to actually purchase some of those goats and start the farm?
Yes, but that will not happen in my stay here. That will happen afterwards. Right now,
let's go back to what inspired you to do this. I think you touched on it a little bit, because these are villages that were devastated by the earthquake. Natural disaster. It could happen anywhere in the world. You happen to have a connection to the country and to the people, and you have a life here in the U.S. You have a business here in the U.S. And you
I do.
You could have just focused on your business and continued on with your life. But I want to share with the people that are watching this on our blog here. What is it that inspired you to step up and take action and do something?
Well, what inspired me is, you know, when my business is going all right, yeah, and you know, I'm making okay money to live nicely, but there was something missing in my life. And I actually didn't know until I started this project. Something that was bigger than myself, outside of myself. Something that it benefits the greater good, the people somewhere. You know, I always say, it doesn't matter what you do. Just think outside of yourself. It doesn't matter what it is, even just a smile. Give a smile to somebody. When I started this project, my whole life changed. I became happier. You know, here's the thing. I don't make any money with this project. In fact, it costs me money. It costs me money, time, and energy. But I feel so fulfilled. And in fact, when I started the project, my worry about the business, oh my God, is my business, you know, when you have a down in your business, right?
Yeah.
You worry, you know, all the worry went away. And I think it was because I focused on somebody else's worry. And I focused on doing something that alleviates the worry of somewhere else. You know, it's really like when you focus on your worries, they get bigger. And when you focus on whatever you focus on, you know, it becomes big. So if I focus on something that benefits somebody else, it becomes big. Right.
And it really did, because it started off with an idea, with one person, with one idea, and you expanded this to something that you said. You used the word community, and you reached out to people. And my guess is that also expanded itself as you started raising funds for this, and you realized that there are people out there who won't hesitate to give back to other people. And these are people they don't know. You're talking about donors who are giving you money for you to do something, you know, halfway across the world with people they may never meet in this lifetime.
Yeah, they, you know, that was a new thing for me, to actually reach out to other people. When I started this project, I didn't realize until I got it that I have to actually raise money. I was terrified of that. I thought, I cannot ask anybody for money. That terrified me. It took me a little while to get that it is a privilege to ask people, that I'm just a channel. So, you just start, and then you realize people want to help, people want to be a part of something. People really are waiting for something to be a part of. And that changed my outlook on myself. I changed the thinking of myself. I realized that I have a purpose. I realized that I have value. I can make a difference.
Everyone benefits.
Everyone.
Your donors, the people there, and generations to come, really, because anything we do has consequences, right? And so when we channel, like you said, you know, when we focus on problems, the problems get bigger. When we focus on opportunities or possibilities, they get bigger too. Yeah. And when you take the action that's consistent with that possibility, you're creating something that's going to leave a legacy for generations to come. And what an inspiring story. It's such just incredibly inspiring.
We had a meeting with all the women from the village. It was like 50 women there. And it was about the adult literacy program. Well, you know, we need the kids in the fields, working in the fields. We don't know what education is. We don't think it's important. We want to know what education is. We don't know education. We never had an education. We don't know reading and writing. So then that's how we started. This is how this whole thing got seeded. And this year, my sister went back to America and she started raising money who helps pay for the teacher. So yesterday, we had another meeting, and I was actually interviewing some of the women and asking them what are their dreams, why do they want to have education, how they think their life will change when they're educated. And there was particular this one woman, she was saying that she will have a choice. When she's educated, she will have a choice. She can choose her life. And she was telling me that, it was so touching. She said that, you know, I, as a representative of all in America who helped with this project and, you know, gave money, we are the true mothers. And she was very emotional, and she has very high hopes for herself. She said she never had education herself, and she's extremely excited about learning to read and write, and she cannot wait to see how her life will open up when she can, you know, open a book and actually read it.
Wow, it's beautiful.
So, and then I said to them, okay, everything is a two-way street. I said, we in America, we bring some money to help for the teacher, pay for the teacher. But you have to come halfway. And I said, so one thing is that I require 100% school attendance. And the other thing is I require that the school grounds are always clean. No garbage, no nothing. They are beautiful, clean.
Before we end the interview today, I wanted to touch on two things. So you're going to be doing something after you're done here. It's actually something that you have planned before you come back and then return back here to the US. So wanted you to share that with some of our viewers, because that's a really amazing thing you're doing there too. And also, you know, if you can share, what can people do to help?
Okay, are you asking me about the trek?
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, this is, you know, I love mountains, and you know, the Himalayas they're beyond words. Every time I'm in there, it makes me speechless. You know, if you love mountains, you must go to see the Himalayas. You must actually go in there and walk. And, I'm gonna do a 13-day trek, and I'm gonna go up to about 15,000 feet, maybe 15,500, depending on how I'm doing. I have a little bit of a cough, so not sure how I'm doing health-wise, because the air is very thin and the breathing gets hard. I'm gonna walk for 13 days and just walk the grounds, the earth.
And lastly, if you can just share with us, for those who are watching who want to do something and contribute or donate, how could they help?
So there is a website. It's Nepal Empowered.org. So that's one way how to get in touch with the project. There is so many different ways how to help. One thing is with donation is always, it's the most amazing contribution always. And I can guarantee you that all gifts are treated with utmost respect and come directly to the people. Right now, we're still taking donations for the goat program. We're saying that one goat is $50. 2 goats is $100, or we are using it also to build the goat house. The literacy program is happening, that is about, let's say, $300 monthly that we have to come up with to pay for the teacher. We also are sponsoring 2 college kids, 2 very bright, amazing, beautiful, inseparable sisters. It's another $300 monthly. So, everything goes towards an amazing cause. It's either the goats, it's either the adult literacy program, or sponsoring the 2 college kids. That's what we have right now. And the other thing is, next year, we are gonna bring people up again. So if you feel like you actually wanna visit, you want to meet these amazing people and this amazing, beautiful country, and walk on this land and do a trek, either a small one or a long one. You wanna go high or not so high. This is your opportunity. Next year in October. I hope that through this, somebody will be moved and touched by this, and connect with me through the website, and we'll take it from there.
Have a wonderful trip. Thank you for everything that you're doing. Thank you for who you're being. And just have a wonderful time.
Thank you too. And just by the way, it is festival time in Nepal. It's Diwali. So in that spirit, happy Diwali.